Have you ever thought about how doubt and faith are the opposite ends of the same emotion? I kind of think of it as like this horizontal line, and on one end you have faith, and it's when you're in this flow state and you've gained momentum and things are just sort of one after another falling into place. It feels light, it feels fun, it feels sparkly. And the other end is doubt. It's why you shouldn't even start. I think that we forget that nobody else has control over our own horizontal line, and yet we so easily let the outside world influence how we feel. And it's almost like if we were on a road trip and we were having so much fun with the convertible down and we were blasting the music, and then we just let somebody in the passenger side turn down the volume of our own dreams, our own desires and hopes. We forget that we're not the passenger. We're in the driver's seat. Anyway, welcome to 4 a.m. Voice Notes with Purple P. I took the last few weeks off YouTube because I had gotten a bit sick, and instead of making a choice from fear and needing to push myself, I decided to say that I'm allowed to take a moment of rest. And I think oftentimes we think if we're not on the go and we're not being super productive that we're regressing. But in actuality, I think it's in times of rest and pause that we can actually allow ourselves the space of reflection. It's sort of like, maybe you're in a period of your life when you feel overwhelmed, and so you find yourself always needing a distraction in the background. Like, for example, maybe you have a podcast episode on all the time. Maybe you're always scrolling or listening to music. And then one day, you just turn off all the music and you sit and you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, hey girl. I think a lot of times we're escaping ourselves in one way or the other. But I've heard somewhere, and it really inspired me, that one of the best ways to enjoy the present moment and to be happy is to be delusionally self-forgiving. No matter what, just be a friend to yourself and be like, I forgive you. Life is hard, and whatever you do, I forgive you. I love you. I've already forgiven you for everything you've ever done. How beautiful. I think that having the moments of kindness and rest actually gives us more momentum in our work, and it's like seasons of a TV show, and the most important thing is to be able to reconnect with yourself again. I was thinking about how the last few years I was really going nonstop. There was always something. I think it was born from the fact that I'm self-employed, and so I'm like, girl, you gotta be hustling, and concerts, prints, this, that. And I realized that it was never, the happiness that I felt was never from the final product that I ever put out. It was the joy of the rise. It's like the Miley song, it's the climb. And I was thinking about that recently, and why I love taking big risks, and I feel so comfortable with change and wanting to push myself in new ways. And it's because I don't want to be the one to put a block on my own momentum. You know what I mean? And be like, well, I don't have this resource, or I don't have this tool. When the best tools are the ones that we have at our disposition now. And I was thinking about that because I'm going to be leaving Paris next week. I haven't told you guys where I'm going to go yet, but when I started making this plan, I didn't really know how it was going to work out, but I was like, I have this desire for change. I want to grow. I want to scare myself. Like, I love the feeling of being scared in a good way, because I think that once you've built self-trust, it just feels like riding a wave. Like, for example, I don't know if I've told you guys this, but when I was younger, I would go on like these crazy adventures, like kind of dangerous adventures, but fun nonetheless. Like when I was 18, I went hitchhiking all around Europe, and I met this guy on like this website. It was like couch surfing, and he's like, I want to hitchhike down to Spain and see the running of the bulls. And I never met this person before. We met one Tuesday morning. He told me to bring some cardboard and a hat. And we just sat there on the side of the road with our thumbs out. And when that first car pulled up, it was such a rush. And getting to meet the people along the way was so exciting. And it was never about like getting to Spain. It was about like the moments when we were sitting on the side of the road for hours, just waiting for somebody to pick us up. And when it was about to be sundown and we were scared, but we were riding this adventure towards our end goal and believing that someone would end up picking us up. And they always did. You don't have to know how things are going to work out, but you just have to have that belief that the journey is the final destination, so to speak. And that was the real adventure. I don't remember so much the place we went to. I remember the fun of getting there. I realized that every time I take a risk in my life, whether that's in a creative way, trying out a new medium, or telling myself like, girl, you deserve to take up space, or choosing the new path over a path that might be comfortable, I feel like I'm always rewarded for that, And lately I've been thinking about self-trust, not necessarily in like the big adventures, but you can find it anywhere you go if you're able to just connect with yourself. I think the most important conversation that we'll ever have is the one that nobody's going to hear, because it's the one that you have with yourself. And that's why I always say that affirmations are so powerful, because it's not about pretending that you believe you're that bitch, or pretending that you believe that people are going to care about your artwork or this or that. It's actually feeling those things. And I think that your world is your inner conversation projected outwards. I always have to remind myself that it's never going to be the big external validations that make you feel good. It's never going to be the numbers, or it's never going to be a trophy or reaching the top of like a mountain. It's always going to be if you can fall in love with the process of the day-to-day, because really what you're doing is you're falling in love with your inner world and yourself. Our experience in the world is really heavily determined on if we believe we live in a kind world or a mean-spirited world, and both are true. It just depends on your perspective. And so when I walk down the street, I always tell myself to think to myself, I love this person, I love this person, I love this person. And I'm not perfect. I have moments of being a bitch, I have moments of losing it, but those always cost me more than they cost somebody else at the end of the day. The moments you lash out, or the moments that you abandon yourself, that always costs you more. I think the important thing is that we create like we breathe. We don't judge everything that we create by how it's received, but rather how it felt to us to make that thing. To remember that your identity is stable. You know, the more time that you spend connecting with yourself, talking to yourself, being a friend to yourself, the more that outside circumstances won't shake you. And yes, things will come up, but they won't destabilize you, you know? And it's okay to fuck up. It's okay to mess up. It's okay to choose a new path and see where it leads to, you know? Your failures, the moments of adversity, are what build you up the most, you know? Whatever you're going through in life right now, it might seem stressful to make a choice. It might seem stressful to try something new or to keep going. But I want you to think about what you would do if you truly loved yourself, if you truly thought that anything was possible, if you truly told yourself that no matter what, I forgive you. So you are allowed to make a mistake, make a bad piece of art. I heard somewhere that a lot of times people will plant the seeds of their dreams and a few days later dig them up to see how the seeds are doing. But sometimes things are silently growing beneath the surface, even in seasons of rest or when you're feeling lost. Just know that your seed is still there, and to show yourself kindness and love. Anyway, I'm excited to take you guys along for the new adventures I'm going on, and I really appreciate you guys listening to my thoughts, feeling my spirit, and being a part of my little online family for all of these years. I love you, and in case you needed to hear it, you're that girl. Don't forget, you're that girl. And if you made it to the end, leave me a comment that says, I'm that girl. I'll see you soon on the Purple Palace.